Hey, thank you for clicking on this video. I'm going to be going through what a day looks like with me listening to my hunger signals and using the hunger scale. I'm also going to be reading to you some of my journal entries that I did while a couple of weeks back while I was getting used to responding and listening to my body's hunger signals. While this bump here was rearing its ugly head the whole time, it was a bit distracting, but it was some really good information in this video, so I did not want to just leave it on the cutting room floor. I wanted to share this with you all. Not that you have to do exactly what I'm doing or believe exactly what I believe, but if there's something that resonates with you in what I'm sharing, please leave that in the comments and let's talk about it. Let's heal and grow together. Hi, so welcome back. I'm so excited to be back doing vlog. I'll be catching you up on what's going on throughout the video, but yeah, I just wanted to come in and say that right now I had breakfast around 8 a.m. I had 2 servings of oatmeal with with sunflower seeds and cashews in there. I had that. I was still a little hungry because I did start a new lifting program, and so I was still a little hungry, but I waited an hour or so to try to let it pass, but it didn't. So then I had a protein shake and a little bit more of the what are they called? Sunflower seeds and cashews. Now I feel good. I feel like I'm at that 5, and a 5 is where you're not hungry or full. We will get into that more. I'm gonna at some point go through my journal entries that I was doing when I was journaling, where I was at, and working through those things. So this, if I go through all my journaling stuff, and if I go back to my old journals, this may end up being a kind of deep video. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be, I don't know, but stick with me. All right, and I'm also probably hungry because I had swim practice yesterday, so let me show you that. So just a little something of me. And it's crazy because I thought I was gonna be so scared in the water. This is week 3 or 4, but I thought I was gonna be so scared, and I was scared, but I'm progressing faster than I thought I would. Regular dolphin. That's me right there. I had to figure out what I wanted to do with my legs, but watch here when I figured it out. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fish at the end of the day. So yeah, that was a lot of work. So that's why I was a little more hungry, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm at a 5 right now, maybe a 6, something like that. So right where I need to be. The goal, I've been working with a nutritionist. Again, we're gonna talk about all this stuff, but the goal is for me to eat when I'm at a 3, 4, so I don't get to that hangry or, ravenous 1 or 2, and then to stop eating when I'm at a 6 or a 7. So never to get to that super full thing, just more. The 5 is where I'm trying to spend most of my time, at that neither hungry nor full. That's where my feelings lie. That's where the boredom lies. That's where all of those things can be worked out and worked on. Those things that I'm trying to use food for can be worked on when my stomach is quiet and it's not pacified with food. It's just me. We've met the goal of not being hungry. Now, what's going on? What are you actually feeling? What do you actually need? Because you don't need food because you're not hungry. You're neither hungry nor full. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Okay, so I'm about to, I spilled something earlier, it looks like. I'm about to eat again. I would say I'm still in that 5 range. I'm between a 4 and a 5. I'm supposed to eat between a 3 and a 4. I feel like I have moments of a 4 creeping up, but it's not there yet. I'm gonna definitely need to put the food scale in here, or the hunger scale. There's a hunger scale and there's a fullness scale, but I need to put that, of course, in the video so you know, you can read that for yourself. But so a 5 is satisfied, neither hungry nor full. 4 is starting to feel a little hungry, so I guess I am at a 4. And a 3 is pretty hungry, stomach is growling. A 2 is very hungry, irritable, low energy, lots of stomach growling. 1 is starving, weak, dizzy. So I am, with this definition, I'm starting to feel hungry. That's what I explained. So that's why it's good to, I guess, go back to it. So I'm at a 4. I have my food cooking, and yeah, I'm at a 4. I'm at a comfortable, pleasant hunger. My dietitian talked about pleasant hunger, which I didn't even think could exist. So I'm just at a place where it's not like I gotta eat right now. So, but I'm starting to feel a little hungry. And from that place, you can make better food decisions. From that place, you cannot you don't have to eat as much to get to where you're trying to go, which I'm trying to go to a 6 or 7, which is a 6 is a little full, pleasantly full, and 7 is a little uncomfortable. 8 is feeling stuffed, 9 is very uncomfortable, stomach hurts, and 10 is so full you feel sick. So I'm trying to be a little full, pleasantly full, a little uncomfortable. Right there. So really I should stop eating when I'm a little full, because you know it takes about 20 minutes to fully feel the fullness that you're going to feel. So if I'm a little full, I may be moving to the 7. Where I want to like live is in that 5, neither hungry nor full. So that's the goals. I'll probably show it to you. It's going to be shrimp, fries, and a salad. Very simple. That's what's gonna be. All right, so I ate. I had, after what I showed y'all, I had like a half a sandwich, or it was a sandwich like on a little, it was lunch meat and cheese on a like, what's this thing called? I don't know, but I'll tell you. And then a couple of chips, like a serving of chips, a real serving of chips, like 12 chips. And then, that's what I had. I will say right now I feel about a 5, between a 5 and a 6. I don't feel 6 or 7. I don't feel almost full or starting to get full, and I don't feel full. So, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm trying to live in that 5, and just understanding that there is more food. Like if I get too hungry again, or if I get to a 3 or 4, I can just eat again. So trying to get, let's also say this. I don't know how long, that's also something that I'm just becoming curious about, is how long can I stay in this neutral state, because it's not a state that I'm familiar with. Honestly, my mindset when I'm not fasting, which the fast might cause binging and cause me to go to this, but I'm not going to blame it on that. But what I'm going to say is this, that my thing is, when I'm not full, like if my stomach is not full, then that's when I eat. And I'm trying to get to like an 8 or 9 normally, trying to get stuffed or go get to stuffed, because that's what I was interpreting as full. Stuffed versus full it's different. One's comfortable and one is a little bit is uncomfortable and is stuffed to capacity, and that's not necessarily full. Like if you're filling up a cup, you don't fill the cup up to where it can't have any more water, but it's a full cup, it still has a little room in it, So starting to understand that. But what I was going to say is I can stay at a 5 for a long time. And I didn't realize how long I can stay at neutral, neither hungry nor full. And I guess panicked, like when I feel I am not full, I don't feel anything coming from there. One part of me is also, so part of it is I didn't know how long that I can stay at 5 for hours, 3-4 hours. I could be at 5. This is probably going to move. Like as I speak, I'm becoming more full, because it hasn't been those 20 minutes after you eat where things where you actually feel all the fullness that you're going to feel. So there's that. But there's also when you're in this in between, or in that in between, because I would say I'm moving towards the 6 right now. But when you're in that in between, when you're in that in between, you also, there's that quiet. So if you have feelings or emotions or things that you may be wanting to run from, or if you have a pain or something like that that is wanting your attention, then you might want to eat for that. You may want to eat for a headache when that's not, you don't have a headache because you're hungry. You may have a headache for another reason. I'll read some of my journaling about that maybe later today. But I hope I said everything I was going to say about that. But yeah, just trying to see what I've been missing and learning what that feels like. But right now it is 12:35. I'm at a 6. And we'll see. And it's not like, this is not like a race to be like, oh, to see how little I can eat, or how structured I can be. It is curiosity of my body. So this also gives me a chance to check in, to be in the present moment of how I feel at any given moment. What is going on with your body? It brings me back to mindfulness, a place that I don't spend a lot of time because I'm doing something. I'm watching TV. I'm on YouTube. I'm working. I'm dealing with this thing or that thing. I'm helping somebody. I'm listening to music, listening to an audiobook. So it makes you go inside and say, what is going on? Am I hungry? Am I not? Is a chance for mindfulness. Okay, if I'm not hungry, what else? What other emotion am I feeling? What is my body calling for that I have normally masked with food? What is it asking me for in this moment? You get the opportunity to see what other skills, I'm getting the opportunity to see what other skills I can learn that maybe I should have learned when I was younger, before I decided that food was the best course of action, because I didn't have other tools to combat boredom, sadness, happiness, just emotions. I didn't have other tools to deal with. All right, so it's like 2:30 almost. I'm having some grapes. I might have a banana or like a protein shake or something. I'm thinking about going for a 3 or 4 mile jog. I have a race on Saturday. Today is Tuesday, and I need to get like one more. I want to get one more like longer run in. Me and my husband Kevin have been doing Couch to 5K, so those are like shorter runs for me. You know, we're on week 2 this week, so I'm doing that with him. But I do still need to get my longer run in for the race, and then my running is just going to be the Couch to 5K. So I'm going to kind of have a little break until we get up to the 5K, which is 3.1 miles. And then from that, I'll build back up to 5 miles. But it's just kind of like, you know, it works on my speed somewhat, because I don't know. I'm trying to work on my speed with that, I guess, but it's more of a just resting. I'm also going more into weightlifting. I started MAPS Aesthetic again. I have a lot of the MAPS programs. They're on YouTube. It's called Mind Pump, but their programs are MAPS. That's what's called, MAPS programming. And so I have 2 or 3 of their programs or more, but I'm doing aesthetic. But I tried to start it Monday, and I don't think this was the week to start it because I'm sore right now, and I do want to get this other run in today. And basically, I'm probably going to scratch it and just work out, just start next week once I'm done training for the race. And then I'll have a smoother, calmer run schedule, and I will be able to just then bump up my weightlifting, which is not even a bump up, because now instead of 6 days a week, it's kind of 3 days a week, full body. But then it has focus sessions, so it's really more like 5 to 6 days a week of it. But some of the things are shorter than others. That's a lot to explain. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my grapes. My hunger was probably at a 3. I was at a 3. I just wanted to finish my work day, but I'm just gonna have the grapes. That's why I think I'm probably gonna have something else. I'm out of protein shakes. I mean out of protein powder, but my husband has protein shakes downstairs. I think I showed y'all one time, like his refrigerator downstairs that's like full of protein shakes. So I'm probably gonna borrow one of those. Can I, if you're watching this, can I have one of your protein shakes? I had one this morning too. You probably saw that. So can I have 2 of your protein shakes? I'm gonna go ahead and ask him before he gets home. Bye. Remember I said I was going to run. That wasn't true. My son had different plans for me. I am waiting for him. He's doing what he's doing. And I said, let me take my camera and talk to y'all. Okay, so I said, let me read y'all some of my journal entries from, so basically I was working with my, I might have already told y'all this. I feel like I already said it, but I'm gonna do a little recap before I read the journal things. So I was working with my, with a dietitian. We met, we did an intake situation. Then she did a, on our first follow-up, you know, I was getting a little tearful talking about my past and stuff like that. She was like, you know, doing the spiel of, I'm sorry that people have made you, that, you know, society made you feel that, you know, you should be should be a certain size. BMI is not real. I was like, you know, I had to kind of cut her off from that because she kept like, I saw a theme of her keep going down that road, and I had to like get her where I'm at. Like, I'm not, you don't have to convince me. So I was like, I've already, you know, I spent lots of years in health at every size, body positivity. I know the science behind all of that. What I'm telling you and where I am right now is that I feel like I'm overeating at times. And I work out a lot. I want to know if this is my body's weight that it wants to be at, or if I am eating myself to this weight. I want to make peace with that. So from there, we had a better understanding, and she introduced hunger scale, which it was an introduction, but come to find out, I looked when she sent me the handouts. It's from this book called Intuitive Eating that I've had for over 5 years. Because when I first went into health at every size and that kind of mindset thinking, I read Intuitive Eating. I read the Intuitive Eating book, and I have it. But again, now I'm reading it through a different lens because I'm at a different place. I'm at a place where I feel like I got stuck in the book at the eat whatever you want phase, and I never moved on to the gentle nutrition part of it and using the hunger scale and dealing with emotional eating. I just kind of was stuck in that phase for a lot of years. And then I kind of naturally progressed into gentle nutrition on my own. But then there's now still was these remnants of emotional eating and eating for reasons other than food that are right there in the book that you get what you get from a book when you're reading it based on where you're at and what you need at that point. So I got what I needed at that point, and at this point I need something different. So anyway, hunger scale came into, and she said she wanted me to journal about what I was feeling around food, about the hunger or fullness, and just journal. She said it didn't have to be much because that meeting was taxing on me. So I was like, I knew I was going to eat after it. She was like, it doesn't have to be much. You could just write one sentence. I ended up writing a lot after our conversation, and I'll read some of it. Whatever I feel like is too much to share, I won't. But, just for people that may resonate with it, I'll share what I would like to share. I'm going to get into the first one. The first one, right after I got off that phone with that lady, and I was a little irritated. And I wrote, this was September 23rd, so Today is October 8th, so I've been doing it for like 2 weeks. I said, why don't I want to journal before I eat? I just want to eat, and I just want to eat. I feel like I expended a lot of emotional energy on the nutrition counseling call, and I feel owed a cookie. I deserve it. Like a dog. How can I be non-judgmental about my need/reliance on food for comfort and as a way to settle the score? As a form of payment. How have I been paid off with food? That was the one thing people could give me to care for me. They couldn't teach me much, but they could feed me. If my mother dropped me off somewhere for a week or so, one thing they knew is that I needed to eat. They couldn't or weren't close enough to me to give me physical or emotional love, but they could feed me. How do you care for a child who needs you don't know? Feed them. How was I paid for being left emotionally bankrupt? Food. Dogs can't talk. We give them treats to communicate. I have words now. I can get these needs met other ways. That was what I wrote right there. That's what I needed. And basically, I was just making sense of, I want to be non-judgmental and respectful of what I needed at the time when I needed it. You know, because then there's the guilt and the you should do better, you should have done better. There's the blame and all of that, which is something to eat for in its own right. But when you look at it as, that is what I needed at that time. That's what I was going through here. That is what I needed at that time. Or that's what people were able to give me. And that's the tool that was available. Now, I am much older. And I have more tools in my toolbox. And that is not the only way that I can take care of myself. You know, we are creatures of habit and routine. And that has just been the thing. But I have more resources. But that's how we do dogs, because we can't communicate with them. So that's the only way to let them know that they did a good job, or to reward them, you know. But I am more evolved than that, you know, just because other people didn't have the skills to kind of give me anything other than that. You know, not to say that that was the only thing I was given, but that was a big part of my life. That was a big part of how people showed love. So it's interesting. So the next day I wrote, so at 7:49 a.m., I'm just going to read one more, because I don't want it to get, you know, I don't want to do too much in the video. I think this is going to be one video by itself, and I'm going to move on from it. But I ate after swim practice last night around 8:30. I was around a 5, but I ate because I felt drained and energy depleted after practice. Now it is morning, and now it's morning. I wasn't particularly hungry until I started thinking about it, but now, since my back hurts and head hurts, I want to eat. But now, I wasn't particularly hungry until I started thinking about it, but now, since my back hurts and head hurts, I want to eat. It feels justified since I haven't eaten yet. Would other people just reach for a heating pad when their back hurts? If hydration and rest were okay to replenish after swimming lessons. Okay. If hydration and rest are okay. Is hydration and rest okay? I know my nutritionist and my therapist was really trying to work through this, because I don't even know what I was saying. Are hydration and rest okay to replenish myself with after swimming lessons if I'm not hungry? What does it look like to comfort myself without food? Yesterday, instead of having food after the nutrition call, I laid with my husband and debriefed. He said he could make dinner a little early. I'm at a 3 or 4 on the hunger scale. So basically, at this point, I'm gonna read a little bit more, because this day was kind of, this is all like one big aha, right? So then a little bit later, 8:16, I wrote, I ate, my back still hurts. Where did I learn to rely on food to fix any and all uncomfortable feelings in my body? It can't. With my head and my back hurting, it is hard for me to rate or accept my fullness or lack of hunger. I'm still hungry for comfort. That made me want to cry. Let's try adding some electrolytes to my water. Then I said at 8:25, oh yeah, your period is about to start. Your headache happens every month. Let's drink some raspberry tea. Get on with the day. I got my heating pad for my back. At 9:10 a.m., my hunger or fullness cannot be determined with my back hurting. I want to eat because I'm uncomfortable, not because my stomach feels empty or it's growling. My muscles are tight. If my stomach is full and I'm closer to an 8 or 9 on fullness, that will be the main overarching sensation in my body, which I prefer to back pain. 11:05, the heating pad worked. There are other ways to comfort myself than food. My headache is better with water. I am air frying my shrimp, mushrooms, and some tater tots to eat with a salad. I didn't believe, that's funny because that's pretty much the same thing I had today. But I didn't believe there could be, and this was a Tuesday too because I talked about swimming lessons. Let's get back on track. What did I say? Where was I? I didn't believe there could be a pleasant hunger, but I am relaxed knowing food is being prepared for me. I didn't wait until I was ravenous, so it will come before I am desperate. That gives me more time to cut veggies to add to my salad. I have this thing that if food is not good, it doesn't count. So giving myself more time ensures that it will be of quality that will count for me. 11:48 a.m. This is a 5 or 6, 5.23 maybe. I am satisfied. Before I added the apple, I wasn't. Now I'm satisfied. But it seems so delicate and fleeting. Doesn't feel like it will last long enough. This journey is about exploring what it feels like to just eat what I need for now. Okay, this is the last one for that day because I'll be after about 1 p.m. I don't journal no more for real. So at 12:49, am I hungry or is my back hurting again? I want to medicate with food. My back definitely hurts. I don't take pain meds, but I do take chips. I'm at a 4.3 right now. Let's try the heating pad. So that's where I was with it. I feel like it helped. It helped. What I don't want to do is just turn this into another thing. I have been doing less journaling because I've needed it less. I've been like going inward and having those questions that I asked on there. I've been kind of asking them internally and doing it that way. I want to make sure that I have a balance of that because again, I don't want it to be just a thing that I do. Like, I don't want to treat it like a diet or even like a tool. That's not what it is. The chart and the paper and the journaling, those are tools. But me having a conversation with myself, that is not a tool. Okay, I got it out. So, what did you do?
Passed my attempts.
Awesome. So you got your permit?
Yeah.
You finna drive me home?
Nope.
You finna drive me home or not?
Nope.
Nah, I don't want you to drive me home. But you can drive me a little bit, so I need to come in there and do something?
Yeah, you need to bring the ID.
Okay, cool. So yeah, those are tools. But I feel like me having a conversation internally with myself and checking in with myself, that is more of a life skill. It's something deeper than just like a tool that you just throw in and out. That is something that should always have been going on, a dialogue with me and myself and checking in. So now it's 5:45 and I'm making dinner, making lasagna. I hate to have to this video is giving y'all a lot of information, and I hate to have to give y'all that information with this bump looking like it's looking, and not an earring or lip gloss in sight, but that's just how the cookie crumbled. And so what was I gonna say with that? Speaking of cookies, I guess, because I guess I done lost my train of thought on that. I'm about to have this cheesecake while it's cooking. I'm at a 3 or 4. So the goal of my nutrition counseling is to make cookie and a apple be the same, like have the same emotional attachment to either. So they should both be neutral. You know, they should just be food, not exciting, right? So I'm having this cheesecake. The crazy thing about it is when you have the option for cheesecake, you don't eat as much cheesecake because it's not like you can have it anytime you want it. And that's the point of making everything neutral and not making good and bad foods. But again, that's what we're doing. Me and my nutritionists are doing. Me and my dietitian, you know, who has a degree in, she's worked in both psychology and dietitian. She's also a dietitian. So, you know, she has her degree and all of that. So I'm working with her, you know, that's what we're doing. But anyway, I know I'm able to talk to y'all and it's sitting right here. But yeah, the cheesecake has been here for a long time. And it's not like been calling me. I just was like, oh, we still have cheesecake, I'm gonna have some. And it needs to be that's that neutral thing. So when you do have cheesecake in the house, you don't have to eat it until it's gone and, you know, be obsessed with it. It just is like, oh, you know. So that's one of the goals of my treatment. I feel like I've said everything I want to say. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And I am looking forward to continuing to share my journey in hopes that it will help somebody else, in hopes that something that I say resonates with you. Feel free to share your story with me and others in the comments if you have questions or just things that you feel like would be helpful to other people. No, I don't even want to say that because that's not what I'm looking for. If you want to share your story, feel free. If you have questions, feel free. I'm not looking for advice, so, you know, you don't have to feel free there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.